Shalom, Grand Rising, OCO. Let me turn this area down a little bit. Let me turn this off. Sorry about that. Oh man, so I'm not going to hold you guys long. Shalom, Grand Rising, OCO, Halito. I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to the God of Israel, who is also known as the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I also want to give recognition to the Holy Spirit and recognition to Yahushai. Many salutes, much love, much ahab to you brothers and sisters who are keeping the will of our God to the best of our abilities. So with that being said, welcome to the video. And I'm still a little bit under the weather, still congested and everything. So excuse me if you hear me sniffing and, making all sorts of noises, even clearing myself out. Yeah, so I wanted to talk to you guys about how the God of Israel, our God, how he is, I don't necessarily want to talk about how he's judging the world little by little. But also at the same time, he's showing how hypocritical this world is. He has done it many times before, but this is just another one that's going to stand against them on the day they're judged. So when these nations are fully judged, and when these people who are part of these other nations who continue to can't even speak right now, continue to be evil towards the nation of Israel. I'm talking about us, the so-called American Negroes, and our descendants. When they stand before the God of Israel and they are judged, they have no excuse, because they've been given chance after chance after chance after chance. And this is just going to be another thing that's going to testify against them in their day of judgment. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the situation that's happened in my home state of Ohio. It happened in Akron, Ohio, just a few days ago. There was a young white boy, quote unquote white, right? Young white boy who was killed. According to the news, he was savagely beaten to death, right? By some young black men. That is how the media is spinning this story. A promising 17-year-old beaten savagely to death by 3 black men, right? And that's how most of these big news outlets are spinning the story. That it was this poor innocent white boy, 17-year-old, who didn't deserve to die, right? Now, I'm not saying that anyone deserved to die, but I will say that this death was definitely justifiable. The reactions of the brothers, the black men, quote unquote black men, mind you, one of them was a minor, I believe. I understand their reaction. I completely understand their reaction. Why? Because what the news media conveniently leaves out is the fact that this guy, this 17-year-old promising young man, this great young man, right, was going around with his friends assaulting people with a paintball gun, going around shooting innocent people with paintball guns. But it's the same old story with these people. Oh man, they're just kids, just doing things that kids. Man, let me tell you, there was this one time, me and my dad, we were walking downtown, and they had a park down there called the Bicentennial Park, or Centennial Park. They changed the name now. I don't know what it's called now. We were walking down there on the riverfront, and there was these white kids in the Mercedes Benz. It was a convertible top Mercedes Benz, and me and my dad, we just came back from a little, evening walk on the riverfront. And it was something that me and my dad, we loved doing. My dad loved going for walks and riding bikes, right? So we're getting into the van. And mind you, the van is right there on the street. I think the street is called Marconi Street. Right there. Get into the van, and as we get there, these 4 white college students pull up in their convertible top and launch water balloons at us. They missed, but the water still splashed on us. So my dad said, hop in the car. You know what we did? My dad went and chased those white kids down. They fled to the police station. And when we got there, you know what they said? The police said, oh no, they're just kids. Mind you, these people were in their 20s. They're just kids. They're just having fun. And my dad's like, well, what about us being assaulted? These people hit us with water balloons. Oh, it's just water. They're just kids. Now, I had a group of black teenagers, I'm talking about actual kids, did that to some white people, quote unquote white people. Oh man, they would have been locked up for assault. They would have been locked up for assault. I mean, it's so much double standards here. Now, like I said, they conveniently left out the story, the part in the story that the white kid shot these brothers while they were playing basketball. These brothers were playing basketball, minding their own business. And this white boy and his friends came up with, they try to say, water gel guns. Those are paintball guns. I looked the guns up. They're hard to find. They're not as popular as other type of airsoft guns, but I looked them up. Those things are they are paintball guns. That is what it is. They're paintball guns. Shot these guys, and mind you, these guns look realistic. They look like real guns. Shot these 3 young men who were minding their own business. They attacked him. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. They attacked him. I would have attacked if somebody shot me with a gun. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do my best to kill them. But you already have the racist out here, and you have the racist media out here spinning the story, making it seem like this guy was innocent and that he didn't do nothing. They conveniently leave out that he assaulted people with an airsoft gun. Those things ain't no bitch. Anybody who's been shot with a BB gun, a pellet gun, any type of airsoft gun, like what is it called, paintball gun, those things hurt. Those things hurt. I still got scars from a BB gun. I still got scars from paintball gun. You see what I'm saying? Those things, anybody who went paintballing, no, that stuff hurts. But they left that out the story, that he assaulted these people who are minding their own business. Okay? They fear for their life. If I see anything, I see self-defense. But see, like I said, the racist media and the racist people out here, they're already spinning the story. They're saying, oh, well, who cares if he got assaulted, if he shot them with a gun? It's just a toy gun. They're trying to spin it as a toy gun. Those that are admitting that he did have something, they're trying to say that it was a toy gun. It's like, oh, so now we have double standards. Because just a few years ago, Tamir Rice, just in a city that's 30 minutes away from Akron, he was just playing with a toy gun. He didn't shoot nobody with it. All he did was just walk around with it, and allegedly he pointed it at someone. And the cops just came up blazing. Mind you, I live in Ohio. I'm in Ohio right now. I'm in the heart of Ohio. I'm in Columbus right now. And I am a person who carries. I got my concealed carry. We are an open carry state. Okay, we're an open carry state, and on top of that, we are allowed to use lethal force on if we are fearing for our lives, in the sense of, hey, we think this person is going to kill us. We're allowed to kill that person. I forget what the law is called, but it's just like Florida. Stand your ground. Sorry, Ohio is a stand your ground state. We literally just got Ohio has kind of been like a stand your ground state for since forever, but just this past few months, we actually got a law where we're literally a stand your ground state. Okay, so that means that if you feel that your life is in jeopardy because of the actions of someone who is assaulting you with a weapon, you have the right to defend yourself and to kill that person, to neutralize that threat. That's exactly what those young men did. So I say free them. Free those young men. They're innocent. They're innocent. But like I said, with Tamir Rice, he didn't do anything to anyone. This is an open carry state. Tamir Rice didn't. Even if he was walking around with a gun, so who cares? It's an open carry state. If anything, what the cops should have done when they put up on Tamir Rice was, hey, you gotta, okay, people are afraid. They say that you're pointing a gun. Can you please put it up? Just like how they do these white boys, right? They walk around with the AR-15s and whatnot. But they didn't give Tamir Rice a chance. And when they shot and killed him, what did racist society do? What did the racist media do? Oh, well, he shouldn't have had the gun. I think it was justifiable. He shouldn't have had the gun in his hand. But now this young white boy gets killed after assaulting people with a weapon, because let's believe airsoft guns are a weapon. If you are a felon caught with an airsoft gun, guess where you're going? You're going straight to jail. You cannot be a felon walking around with an airsoft gun. You don't believe me? Look it up. Because it's considered a projectile. It's considered, if you have a felon or any type of misdemeanor that keeps you from holding firearms, you cannot use an airsoft gun, because it's like in that gray area of being they're like, okay, well, it's not a firearm because it doesn't use gunpowder, but still it's a projectile. Yeah, I shit you not, it's a gray area. Most gun lawyers will tell you, like, yeah, legally you can carry it, but at the same time, it is considered a projectile and a handgun, and those areas are very gray, and it's just best that you not mess with. I kid you not. I kid you not. So, it's just so funny how this country has so much double standards. But see, that's the thing. We know that this country is racist, and just full of hypocrites. But that's the thing, the power of Israel, he's using this to add up on their tab, like, hey, okay, all right, yep, Tamir Rice situation, oh, this situation, okay, yeah, you guys are hypocrites. Y'all won't have no excuse in the final days. It's just like, sorry, give me a minute, let me drink my water, I'm dry a little bit. It's just like, I think it was about like 7-8 years ago, right? With the situation in Cincinnati. I don't know why all this stuff happens in my state. But just like in Cincinnati, the Cincinnati Zoo situation. Y'all remember, I made a video about this years ago. Remember the young lady whose child fell into the gorilla pen, and in order to save the child's life, because the child was allegedly being flung around by the gorilla, right? They had to kill the gorilla in order to save the child, and the people were upset at the mother because the gorilla died. But remember, just probably like 2 weeks later, right? The power of Israel, the God of Israel, showed how hypocritical this society was and how racist this society was. They tried to say that the mother was so neglectful and, irresponsible. They even pulled up the father's background, his criminal background. Mind you, he was not even there. But yet the media was running around with all his information, saying, oh, yeah, he was a criminal and blah, 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 blah. Right? Remember, 2 weeks later, down in Florida, down there in Walt Disney World, there was a family that went down to vacation, right? And there was a father who took his son around the property, and there was like a lake. He let his son wade and play in the water, right? And an alligator came and killed his son, ate his son, right? And the white media was like, oh my God, the poor kid, oh my God. And they had nothing but sympathy for the entire family. They didn't say nothing about how irresponsible the parents were. Yet they were talking crap about the mother in the zoo. Mind you, the woman that was next to the mother, the white woman who had nothing to do with the situation, she was like, yeah, it happened so fast. When the kid fell in there, there was nothing the mother could do. Because the kid climbed up in there so fast, he ran away from the mom and climbed in there so fast, there was nothing he could do. But yeah, when it came to the white man in Florida, He was completely neglectful. I mean, you're in Florida. There are alligators everywhere. Even on that property, it had signs saying, beware of alligators. Yet he still let his child go in the lake where there were alligators during sunset, where you have very poor visibility. Now, if that's not irresponsible, I don't know what is. But they didn't say nothing. They didn't bring up nobody's criminal history, nothing about that white family. And if anybody was being irresponsible, it was that father, that family. He knew the dangers, yet he still let his child do that. His child died, and guess what? If I remember correctly, they killed like 5 to 10 alligators to try to find the remains of that little boy. And then after they killed the alligators, they found his remains just floating somewhere. But you didn't hear PETA, you didn't hear all these other organizations, you didn't hear these so-called white people crying about those alligators being killed. But they want to cry about the gorilla being killed, one gorilla being killed to save the life of a boy. Mind you, the other little boy down in Florida, he was already dead. There was no reason to kill those alligators. He was already dead. You see what I'm saying? But see, that's how hypocritical this society is. And this situation that happened with Ethan Lemming, the white boy, and Tamir Rice just shows how hypocritical this society is. Because with the gorilla situation, oh, she's a terrible parent. The father's a criminal, even though the father wasn't there. Oh, they're so irresponsible. Why y'all had to kill that animal for a little black boy? But then when a white boy gets killed by the alligator, oh my God, let's hold the family. Let's pray for the family. Let's send the family donations. Although, yeah, they killed 5 to 10 alligators. Oh, who cares? Oh, they're not irresponsible. No, we gotta love them. Hypocritical. Now it's the same thing in this situation, to where Tamir Rice was killed simply for holding a toy gun, and they're like, oh, he's a criminal. Oh, he shouldn't have did that. Well, it's justifiable. He should not have had that toy gun. But now the white boy who gets killed less than 30 minutes away from where Tamir Rice lived, it's like, oh my God, they killed a promising, innocent 17-year-old who had his whole future ahead of him. And they leave out the fact that he was going around assaulting people with a weapon. An airsoft gun is a weapon. It may not be a deadly weapon, but it can definitely cause harm. It can definitely cause harm. It's hypocrites, man. Hypocrites and devils. That's what these people are, man. But yeah, I know I said I wasn't going to hold you long, but I just had to get that off my chest, man. Look, people who have influence, people like Tariq Nasheed and, other people who like to use GoFundMe and stuff like that, they need to use a GoFundMe. They need to get GoFundMe. See, us as a people, we need to come together and start supporting our people who are in these type of situations. They do it for Kyle Rittenhouse. Why won't we do it for our people? Especially if you have influence. Because these white celebrities, they came together and garnered, a lot of support for Kyle Rittenhouse. We need people like Tariq Nasheed to get GoFundMe's popping off. You have connections with everybody, man. Find some way to, connect with that dude's family and get a GoFundMe popping for those people so they can, get some good legal representation. That's how I feel. We need to start supporting our people like how they support their people. Period. But yeah, man, I hope you guys spread the story, spread the story and talk about the hypocrisy of what's going on so that it can be on the forefront. That's why I'm making this video, so people can be aware of this situation. Very hypocritical, man. Very, very hypocritical how this society is. They know how evil and racist they are, but I want to put it on the forefront to show the world, like, hey, this is how racist this country is. You know what I'm saying? This country is very racist. But the power of Israel, he's going to judge them. He's going to judge them. They have their judgment day coming. They think just because they're not dying right now, they're not sick right now, that they cannot die and that they won't be judged. But they will. They will be judged. Anyways, guys, I'm up out of here. I'll talk to you later. Peace out. Shalom. And may the power of Israel bless you all.